Hello, hello. We are live. It is Thursday, May 25th, 2023, and we are here for the daily transmission. Please say hello wherever you are. Fam, this is a quick transmission this morning. We've got Venus in a square with Chiron. I talked about this earlier in the week. It is a Leo moon, and I am just feeling so grateful for all of the cosmic opportunities that have happened this year so far, but also just over the last 18-ish months or so. I'm still tripping on all of the incredible eclipse season transformations that I have been processing and just witnessing in other people and witnessing in myself, and just feeling so grateful for just how things have gone. Venus squaring Chiron under a Leo moon. I want you to be thinking about where you have been judging yourself. Where have you held on to guilt? Where have you held on to shame? Where have you held on to fear? And why is that, right? What is it that you are still maybe holding on to? Or can you observe where you did for a while hold on to guilt or whatever? And now you have, that 2020 hindsight, and you can recognize why certain things went the way they did. And then have more gratitude for, oh, thank God, right? Thank God that opportunity missed me. Thank God that, opportunity was removed from my space because I didn't want that. Or I wasn't ready for it. Very specifically, I have been really just thanking all the gods, every god, the god, myself, for decisions that I made back in 2021 that I have been just holding on to so much shame and guilt. And it just took such a long time for me I knew that a decision that I made was the right decision. Have you ever been there where you have made a decision, it's the right decision, but you're still mad about it? You're still upset that it had to be like that. You're still upset that it had to go down that way. You're still holding on to things were so good. I hate that I had to make that decision. So that was where I was for a long time. And it's only now that I'm realizing not just that I needed more depth of understanding, I needed more to grow through as a student and teacher before I could be really, really teaching people en masse how to use certain things that I was doing. We're talking really about the Enrich program that I created back in 2020, because it was an incredible program, changed lives. Okay. And shut it down in 2021. We won't go into all the reasons why. We'll talk about it another day if we need to. But what I have been really taking in lately is not just how much I needed to know and how much more I needed to learn to be able to confidently and adequately teach this, but I needed to be able to hold the space. The sun right now is transiting the gate or the gene key 20. The shadow of this gene key is superficiality. And the gift is self-assurance. Now, I carry this gene key in my own gene key sequence. It's actually my unconscious Jupiter, but whatever. I'm astro talking, regardless, I've seen now that back then, man, I was on the cusp of burnout constantly. And it's not even what I was teaching. It was just that I was not physically, energetically, my nervous system was not ready for what I was doing. And so I created this program and it blew up in a way that I had never experienced before. I mean, I've sold out programs, but when I talk about selling out a program, like 50 people, right? Maybe like total, like over the course of the whole program, running it like maybe once or twice. Enrich sold right away and like never stopped selling. And even after I stopped talking about it, people were still buying it because like there was just such a hot like word of mouth about it. It was a great program. It is a great program. And I was so tired. I was tired all the time. And I just couldn't hold space for what it was I was creating. How many times have you done that? That you've created something or you want to create something, you want to do something, but man, every day you are just dragging ass, you are tired, you are snapping, you don't have enough room for yourself or for the people that you love or for other stuff because you're like so focused on doing this thing that you're doing, right? The grind, the hustle, whatever. Okay. And I wasn't even. I would get up and teach for like 4 hours a day for 2 weeks. I mean, teachers do that times two and in person. And I was flat. Like I would teach that 4 hours and then I'd maybe have like one or two client sessions and then I'd have to go to bed. And I'm realizing now that like my doctor told me, right? I was superficially strong. I was artificially strong. I was talking to one of my clients yesterday. It was like being a solo cup and having all of the couple of drops that I had regained, maybe sleeping or eating like my trash food that I was eating. The little bit of energy that I could get back was immediately sucked out by everything and everyone else. And so I was just crushed. I was just vacant at the end of the day. I had nothing left. I had nothing left for me. I had nothing left for anything. And if I had continued on that path, if I had continued to sell that program and continued to go at that rate of speed, who fucking knows what would have happened? Like people legitimately die from burnout. Like people legitimately like run their bodies into the ground. And I really feel like that's where I was headed. And so thank God I did everything that I did and killed that program, because if I hadn't done that, I don't think I would have ever like gone on the journey that I did since then and developed my yoga practice, which then brought so much more of a depth of intellectual and energetic understanding to what I was teaching already, which just like blew my mind, continues to blow my mind. And also helps me to put more pieces together, right? So spoiler alert, for those of you who were enriched students, had access to enrich, whether you were in the self-led or whether you were an active participant, I'm bringing it back, but it will not look the same at all. Like it's going to be, I have to completely redo it. So it'll be a little bit, it might be like mid-summer, maybe even fall by the time I'm actually ready for this, because I am not fucking rushing. I am not moving at breakneck speed. I am not going to sacrifice my well-being or my energetic balance for the sake of production, period. Not going to do it. However, right, I just want to let you know that for those of you who had access before, you will get automatic access. And I will let anyone know, right? If you didn't have access before, I'll let you know before doors open. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring all of that information of the energetics and all of the information about mental processes. Like what we had done is I had brought like essentially mindset work, NLP, into human design so that it wasn't just self-awareness, but it was helping with repatterning. So now I'm going to bring in some physical practice tools. So sound yoga, breath work, asana practice, different things to actually balance the different centers. And yeah, it's going to be wild. I'm really excited about it. But none of this, I wouldn't have been able to improve on the program. I wouldn't have been able to improve on the experience. I wouldn't have been able to improve on my fucking life. Like, love y'all so much, but if I'm not full and overflowing, if I'm an empty solo cup, like, how much could I really do this? How much could I really be here for you? What would you really get out of it? I get messages every single day from people saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the transmission. This part really spoke to me, or like, this really helped me, move on with my day. I would not be here if I was not fortified, if I was not strong, and not just superficially strong, but actually strong. Right. And so I'm just like buzzing. I'm really excited. I'm so excited to be able to revitalize this program, to bring it back, not immediately, but it will be coming. And to be able to do it in a way that is like good and energizing for all of us. And so look forward to that, fam. And I would also encourage you to reflect and take a look at, again, Venus squaring Chiron. What we're doing is we're saying, what have I learned? What have I gained through that reevaluation of my value system that I've been going through? I've been really diving deep and saying, what matters to me? What is of value? Like, what's really worth your time? What's really worth your energy? What's really worth sacrificing rest? Because, right, it's the resolve that you feel for whatever that is. That's the thing to follow. If you're not resolved, it's not it. Okay. All right. That's it for today. Loving you so much. Happy Thursday. We love Thursdays. Happy Jupiter Day. Go think big. Sky's the limit. And then some. And I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, for our next transmission. Oh, and if you are an Enroach student, or if you're not an Enroach student, you're like, what is she talking about? Send me a DM. Let's get excited about it. Oh my gosh, right? I can't believe it. If you told me 6 months ago that I'd be here talking about this and talking about bringing back Enrich with a smile on my fucking face, I'd tell you, like, literally go fuck yourself. So never say never, friends. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.